into this next game here. We're already a minute in. It's gonna be Creator against Cure on Old Republic. Now, different matchup, different players. Cure, of course, one of the greatest players in the game, actually. Has been on and off. Like, he has very, very high highs. But he also likes to fall into quite drastic lows. And let's hope this is one of his high days. Because that's when he looks really good. This man used to be the best TVP player, like, I don't know, at this point it's like 3 years ago or something. He used to be the TVP weapon. He would win like crazy amounts of TVP when everybody else was kind of losing. And these days this has shifted. It's more his TVZ, which is incredibly powerful. And his TVP is just not looking as hot. But we'll have to wait and see. He definitely could pull it off because he has that still under his belt. It's not like the skill set is lost. And he has been kind of trying a lot of things recently. A lot of barracks intensive openings. Kira is a Maru tourney sniper. It used to be the other way around, that's the funny thing. Maru would always win against Cure. But yeah, like, Cure can't even... You should check out Cure against Clem and his kind of matches. I think Clem has exclusively played Protoss against Cure for like 2 years or so now. And I don't think Cure has ever won a best of series. No single one. I don't think so. I have not seen a single one. I have seen him always get crushed, and most of the time to 0. It's insane. Like, his nemesis is his kryptonite is Protoss at this point, really. It's insane. Of course, you can pull up the stats. I haven't checked them actually, so there might be some wins for Cure here or there, but whenever I see them hit him in a best of 5 or something like that, it's usually Clem just having him down. Locked down. And there's a triple gas. Of course, different matchups, so it's not this triple command center. I remember Cure from having insane cyclones. Well, insane cyclone's kind of a funny thing because it's like a weird unit. He used to be the forefront player of playing a double bio ball, like a good army split basically, and kind of be able to win fights with both armies on 2 different fronts and just exploit the Protoss that way, because the Protoss kind of needed to be with its splash damage kind of locked down and enough tanking power. That's what he used to do with his good TVP era, but and he kind of popularized that style. Alright, so Creator on the other hand is also not really is not his best matchup. PVT is definitely not where he thrives in. It's for him it would be PVZ. Protoss against Zerg. That's definitely where he shines the most. It's a nice catch there on the observer. And a little bit sloppy from Creator, letting that happen. Not going down that route perfectly. Can he get this, or is the sentry gonna take? Oh, the sentry, man. The sentry. Blinkstalker coming in here. I'm gonna intercept that that SCV that tried to place down command center there on low ground, so now he plays it on the high ground. Better idea in my opinion anyways. The tank is out of position, look at that, he's not covering the bunker. Tank was too far backward there. Or the bunker was basically too far out a little bit, I feel like. Of course you want to have the tank close to your mineral line so you can kind of snap repair. But if the bunker is that far out, then it just gets shut down, as we saw there. The Marines coming in here are going to drain the shield battery. Can they actually hammer through those? They need to stim. Oh, they don't have stim yet. So there's the recall. They will get a couple kills here. They will also kill... Oh no, one stalker blinked back, but still 8 probes fall in here. The medevac though also does go down, which is definitely a loss that you don't really want to take here SQ at this stage, because he wants the medevac to be with this army, honestly. It's a weird push out anyways. He saw that there's already Colossi, so why does he do this without the medevacs? Finally they come in for the support here. Combat shields is not done yet, +1 is not done yet. Stim did just finish up. Oh yeah, these drops are usually before stim pack at this point. It's an early harassment drop. I don't like them that much, honestly, but it's an off timing kind of. You'll see this very frequently. It's just a moment, like I don't know, 30 seconds or 50 seconds or so. Almost a minute before stim finishes. When they drop out, you want to just do... But usually you want to try to keep those alive. You want to kind of reinforce that with the army that comes across the map. So you have that one medevac, the 8 marines ideally, and that tank and the bioforce there, and then stim ready to go, you know? That's the idea behind this. You want to pull back the units into the main base with this, and drop onto the third basically, and join with your army, and then kill the third. That would be picture perfect, but of course that's not a world we live in. So Q has to deal with this. He's gonna snipe the robotics bay, and that's before Colossi range. But on the other side, Creator is posturing for an attack. He's running into a Widow Mine. That's a good connection there on the Zealot. Another Widow Mine. Oh no, it was actually the Cyclone there. With a lock on. He is pulling SCVs into the fight. This is a messy defense here for Q, but he needs to hold this one. 2 Colossi still standing strong. Bio starting to fall apart. More and more Zealots coming into the fight. 31 SCVs have been killed off. Can he make this work here? He's pulling back to the main base here. Sorry, not the main base, to the orbital there. And there's no SCVs anymore. This is crazy. But there's nothing on the defense at all here. For Creator is completely going into a base trade, and I don't think you can win this. He's fighting on the ramp where there's 2 Liberators actually shooting at him. This is not a fight you can take here. A lot of Marauders, no micro with a prism. What are you doing, Creator? Damn. Damn. He kind of threw that a little bit. He kind of threw that. I don't think he was in an advantageous position there. But he kind of threw that, honestly. He had the economy lead. If he makes the recall and defense against the army at home and just takes the eco lead after killing 30 SCVs and only losing 10 probes, why not? And then he walks on top of that ramp against 2 Liberators and 10 Marauders? Yeah, of course. You're not gonna win that while you're fighting a depot. That's not how this works. Definitely, I feel like that last move there from Creator showing his kind of inflexibility a little bit. But there we go. In the top left here on Winter Madness, we've got Creator. In the bottom right, it's Cure. Yeah, why walk Colossi into Rams anyways? I don't know. They can't even escape, right? It's like you're making this... You're putting this on this... The only spot where they cannot walk left or right, where they have to walk forward or back. And there's a wall on top, so they can only move backwards. It's just like the worst position. Yeah, right, they can walk up cliffs, but they cannot walk these cliffs for some reason. They have to walk here, because it's not a passable cliff. It's like the Reaper, right? It cannot jump from here to here. It cannot jump from here to here. It has to go this way, or it has to go that way. It's the same for the Colossi, right? So... And you can only fit 1 Colossi at once on top of a ramp. the worst traffic jam. Definitely there. A lot of mistake in that last execution on the fight. And he had the prism as well, right? He could have microed back into the prism, the Colossi, right? So it's not like he was stuck there or anything. Maybe he was busy smashing his table after he lost so much power to his gateways. A very emotional player, of course. So he tends to fall apart. It's a weird thing with him, but yeah. Honestly, this guy might have had his peak too early for him to grow really as a player, as weird as that sounds. Because remember Creator in Wings of Liberty, the whatever 12-year-old or something, or 13 or so, who was in the grand finals? I think that was the World Championship finals, by the way. And he lost in the finals. And then he dropped off like a stone. Like a stone into this frickin' abyss. Like he dropped from here to down there all the way. Way lower than here. Not everyone is like SOS. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, like I feel like it was a mental issue for him because he was so young, and while he had that peak, he had that moment where he could have been one of the greatest, right? And then he just drops off, and I feel like he never really recovered from that mental defeat at that moment. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, but he's a very emotional individual, so kind of would make sense for him to get a lot of confidence if he has a major title. Okay, let's look at this game though. We have the bunch of Marines moving out again. See, this is with no stim, by the way. There's no stim on the way. This time it's way earlier though. You'll have the medevac come with this as well, and the Cyclone. It's gonna be one ferry of Marines and one Cyclone. Can he get that Stalker? He might snowball this here in the early game. It's actually a very difficult defense here for the Protoss. He needs to have some shield batteries. He does have one here in the natural, which is nice. And he will have one finishing in the main, but there's only one pylon in the main, so this is a flimsy defense already. Moving up with the Stalkers there, a little bit out of position, but the Cyclone doesn't really do that much damage against Adepts, so it's okay for now. And he's just microing these Marines, but yeah, it's difficult to engage on top of the Stalkers because of the speed difference and the range difference, so it's kind of just going back. He's reinforcing with a tank now, and he wants to bait Creator. Oh, this is a bait. You know, you see that? That's bait. So he brings in the Marine now, he sees the Stalkers, and Creator eats 2 shots. So he trades, what, 26 health on the Marine, which is gonna be healable against 2 red, half HP Stalkers here. The Creator wants to be aggressive himself now. That's quite dangerous. An adventure here for these Stalkers. They could cancel a couple of barracks. He's focusing on the SCVs there. And Q is just not turning around. He has the tanks. He's gonna cancel this base first. He does have no stim, and there's no stim on the way. He was just adding on the barracks. But he's gonna defend with his reinforcements, it seems here. At least he tries to, attempts to. He still has a bunch of SCVs. He has the Raven now, needs to drop the auto turret. He's gonna drop the auto turret and re-engage with these SCVs as well. And on the other side, again, I'm not sure why we never see a recall from this guy. It's one of the greatest tools in the Protoss arsenal, and one of the things that really makes you survive in these base trade situations, and why you're so strong as a Protoss in the base trade. But if you like don't use it, then what? Like, So Q is just gonna kill the pylons here. And he will not be able to get Zealot charge as well. What is he? Oh, he recalled a few units. So he's here. He recalled to this nexus. And now he kind of waits until his main base is dead. And everything's dead. All of his probes are dead. He has 160 minerals left. So what is he waiting for? He just doesn't want to engage into this one. I guess he's just microing on the front, but he'll lose these units as well. He'll lose his attack. He'll lose the base trade. There's got to be defense on the other side. Like, if you recall, you need to engage on the army. You cannot just sit there and wait. You need to win the fight. You need to smash something. If you don't fight, then don't recall. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, his base trade scenarios are just not going strong. And now he comes in. He says like, okay, I'm done microing on the other side. Let me come fight you. And now he loses all of the stalkers. Because of course, Q is also not microing on the other side anymore, right? No distraction going on. Well, Q takes this 2 to 0.